Greetings and salutations, and welcome back once again to Jena. I apologise for the delay in getting this recording done because of the inferno heat heat wave that's been happening in the UK at the moment. But we're back, and let's get this turn done and get back on schedule. Now, let's see. He's looking to block the escape route again. But in this case, it's literally him just throwing skirmishers to plink at me. It's an annoyance, nothing more. Alright, he's throwing up his hussar. Bringing up more guns. Supply wagon. More infantry arriving. That's not good. Right, he's bringing forward his cavalry. Now, I could attempt to try and surprise him and launch a charge, but try and basically punish him for pushing forward. But that's going to cause me more issues than... Ow. Alrighty. He's shifting around his hussar. Muffling. Speed it up a little bit. Just seeing things continue to move. If he gave up the pursuit, I would be fairly happy, but he's not going to. Especially given that it's not dark yet. And it won't be dark for at least another hour, so... 10 units undisordered, 1 unit rallied, 4 units recover fatigue, 0 units routed, and 1 unit resupplied. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get you moved that way. Get you shifted. It's not quite where I wanted you to go, but it worked. Let's get these guys moving. let's see. Where can you reach? You could reach into those woods. That would at least give you some protection from the cavalry. So yeah, you're going to go that way. Try and get some protection. And then my stragglers are going to try and return to the colours, essentially. Move the Ansbach squadron up there. Hopefully that will make him consider and think that, oh no, there's cavalry there. He must have more forces there. Whether it does or not is another matter, but optics and all. Get these boys continuing their little withdrawal. And recombine them into a full battalion. And then next turn I'll recombine them into the full battalion again. Even though you're going to be horrifically under strength. Pull back the skirmishers. And now we'll get Ho and Low moving that way. Now, some Mosky Zarastros will go that way. Get plinked at a bit. They get disordered, of course, because of Frederick. Muffling. The Gervets. The 4 4-pounders here will turn and unlimber as a, quote, extra rear guard. And to hopefully buy some extra time to withdraw forces out of this rat trap. The Sanitz Regiment. Hohenlohe. Get the wagons on the road. Deploy into line and open fire. Yeah, that didn't really do a whole lot, but hopefully these 10-man skirmisher units are so worthless. But you use what you got. Hotzendorf. We'll bring up the Henkel Cav. Do that, and then we'll go. The Hotzendorf Cav will go there. Hotzendorf. And then Henkel. So the cavalry will stay there to try and help alleviate. Well, it's not going to stay. What am I blabbing about? It's going to fall back a bit more to hopefully try and draw in his cavalry some more again. And then maybe I can charge him to dissuade him from pursuit. Now, my pickets, my forward, what are going to be my forward picket line. What can you see from there? Not a lot, but perhaps a lot enough. And you can see a fair distance before it slopes down. Now, this chunk of the hussars will go that way. Horse artillery. Fusilier battalion. Yay, they finally made it back to Townsend after about 8 hours. Well, maybe not 8 hours, but close enough. But they finally made it back to Townsend. Now, my real problem here is what does he do? Do I fall back a bit more, or do I stay where I am? If I fall back, I risk the destruction of pretty much all this chunk of Zeitgewitz's force. So I'm going to stay where I am for now. If he wants to come forward, he's more than welcome, but to do so will get him blasted in the face by 5 6-pounders for good measure. And if not, it would get him threatened by because he also doesn't know what else I have here, so as far as he knows, there might be an entire brigade sat behind that little slope. Let's get continue to move forward. Alcoif's reserves, as I'm gonna try and take a central position and fight from a central position with him. Let's get you moved back towards your actual unit. Alright. Württemberg Hussars under Rosendorf are just about to arrive, pretty much. Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. limber up and fall back. Because at this moment, all I still need to do is play delay. That's all I need to do. Continue to try and play the delay game. Once the delay game has bought me enough time, hopefully, it would allow me to commit I need maybe 2 turns for the Württemberg Hussars to arrive. Blucher is probably, for all of Blucher's troops, and probably Wartensleben as well, he's at least another hour away. Well, let's calculate it roughly. So we'd get to about maybe here with Wartensleben next turn, turn after that. He's going to be at least 2 hours march by the looks of it. So yeah, Wartensleben is 2 hours away. So Wartensleben's a couple of hours away. Schmettau will not arrive until probably the morning. Simply because of traffic jams and everything. Because, again, this is why you don't march on a single road. But in this case, it's the fastest road, so I have to be sort of marching down the single road. There we go. Rochelle and his little reserve force. Prince of Orange. Still, if I can, the situation does at least merit a good attempt to crush Lance Corps, simply because it looks really, really isolated. Let's get the kit. Where are you? Bridge engineers. I would use them elsewhere, but for the moment they are going to have just to do some duties. And the king will march to join the battle down here. And then the army supply wagon up at Naumburg can stay at Naumburg for now. Still, what's the losses like now? 6,000 to 3-2. Yeah, that's pretty atrocious on my part. So for now then, and I admit, the place where I chose to have the battle was appalling. Here, it's not exactly a good spot for a battle because of the forest behind. But then the only good spot to have the battle would then be all the way up here, and I would have retreated for. Which means he would have been able to converge more forces. I suppose that would have been a better choice overall, but oh well, you live and learn. I want to, as much as I would love to fight here at the historical Battle of Jena, because the terrain is beautiful, I doubt my opponent would be forthcoming with getting that. Still, for now, I think that is that. So let's go to the melee phase, of which we have got can't do melee with you, can't do melee with you. As much as I would love to melee here and drive them out, I can't with the guns where they are, because he'll just sneak some skirmishers through to capture the guns, which is not exactly very helpful for anyone. So for now, that is going to be that. I could attempt to drive him out of the village, but the problem with that is then I drive him out of the village and I'm sitting at the edge of the village to be blasted in the face by guns. It's the reason why I didn't set up at the edge of the village, because, well, it would be bad for the health of my men. So, for now then, we will just stay where we are. And we'll buy time. The single Rosendorf's cavalry with the Württemberg Hussars alone would be very useful. Because, well, it will say, yeah, there's more cavalry here. Boo. But it also might give away the fact that more forces are converging. So, we shall see whether or not they are going to be needed to get to the battlefield, or get to within sight of the battlefield. Or they can stay back, say, down here, down this back slope, or just out of range of being sighted, for the sake of keeping the surprise that Blucher and Wartensleben and Brunswick and the main army are converging. Well, they're not really converging, they're marching towards the point of contact, but still, for now, that is going to be that. So, I thank you all for watching. I apologise once again that it's been so long since the last episode. But until next time, I thank you all, and I'll wish you a good day, good night, good something, and I will see you all again next time. So until then, bye bye for now.